Hi guys. So I'm going to be talking today about a story that is very, very dear to my heart. So this story was 2016. It happened in 2016. So one day I saw this really nice style on Instagram. It was a top, and then it had like elastic, it had like flare around here. They use elastic to attach it anyway, and it went all the way to the back. In 2016, cold shoulder was raining crazily, so I saw that style and I'm like, I can actually make this style without this up part, like just do normal off shoulder, don't put the up part of it. So I made the style, and then I kept that style at home for like 1 month. I just made it. I loved it. I love the outcome. Like, it looks good. My sister wore it. We took pictures, and I kept it in the house. So one day I just told myself, that let me gift this top to someone, and maybe if the person posts it, people would see it and like it, and then ask me to make it for them. So I called a former colleague. We had worked in the same office. I used to be a blogger with 360knobs.com before I moved into the fashion world. And then I called a colleague. I don't know whether to call her my colleague, but I mean, we're all like in the same office space. So I called her. She's currently an influencer, a big one, like a big one. So I called her and I told her, I messaged her on Instagram, and I'm like, I would like to give you this thing so that you can wear. At the time, I did not even know what I was doing. I didn't know there was a thing called influencer or anything. I just knew that if I gave it to her, she would wear it, and maybe 1 or 2 persons would see it and they would like it and they'll wear it. So she told me, I'll be going to France tomorrow. You can send it to me today. If you can send it to me today, when I get to France, I was like, are you talking? I quickly wore my dress. Off I go. I delivered it at her house, and then I went back home. She traveled 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I didn't hear anything. So around the second week, I was already forgetting about it. Like, in fact, I completely forgot about it. I didn't bother myself. So one day she just messaged me after the business. She was like, Choma, so sorry I haven't posted this thing. When I got to France, it was really cold, so I couldn't wear it. I'm like, it's cool. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. Then one beautiful morning, I woke up, checked my phone, and it was blazing with no, it wasn't calls. Was it calls? 2 people called me. I saw 2 missed calls, and then there was like 30 something DMs. There was like 100 and something people following me. See, my first reaction was I was scared. I was like, wait, did I do something wrong? Did somebody mention my name somewhere? Have they posted me on Crime Fighter? So I was just like, what's going on? But then I checked my phone. It turned out that this gorgeous lady, I don't know whether to call her name. I don't want people to flood her DM and start asking her, please, can you wear our clothes for us? But anyway, it's business. If you go to meet her, you pay her fee, because now she's a lot more structured than when she started out. You pay her fee, and then... So it turns out Ozina wore my blouse, and she posted it. It was beautiful. My God, when I saw it on her, I'm like, is that the blouse? It's so beautiful. So she wore it, and a lot of people saw it and they started messaging me. See, guys, I was busy for like 2 weeks at a stretch. I employed my mother to help me do some things. We were cutting and sewing. A lot of people wanted it. I think just from Ozina alone, I made about 30 something sales. Now, it's not everybody that DM'd me that finally bought it. Like, people still DM me like 2 days later, 3 days later, a week later. That was like the breakthrough for me. Please note that I wasn't even looking for a breakthrough. I was just thinking of, if I give her, maybe 1 person would buy, and maybe from there I can grow. But it just grew bigger than, like, it grew so big. I did not expect that simple top that I just envisioned. Like, I saw something and I'm like, okay, let me use this thing, let me change it to something else. I did not think that thing would go like that, but it did, and I am grateful. I am so grateful to Ozina. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to everybody that even believed that this girl can make something for her. That's how my brand basically found its roots. That's how we started everything. That's just how everything started. So what did I learn from this experience? I learned that sometimes just let it go. I loved that blouse, and I was keeping it. Oh, I was keeping it. I'm like, oh, maybe one day I would do something. And one day I just told myself, just let it go. So I giving it to her was me letting it go. Sometimes, sometimes we'll make something and we're like, how will I give it out? I've not made money from it. How will I give it out? Just give it out. You really never can tell what is coming back. The Bible says, press down, shaking together and running over. So that's what happened to me. I just gave and it came back to me in tenfold. Another thing I learned is the importance of your network. I wouldn't exactly say Ozina was in my network, but knowing her, being able to go to her because, okay, we had worked in the same office, was a blessing for me. Imagine if I'm just like, I beg, all these people, they should go. They should not do this one, they should just go. Like, I didn't burn the bridge. The fact that I was able to go and meet her told me that, okay, you had maintained this relationship to an extent. So guys, there's anybody you're thinking of giving something to, someone you know that can convert to, somebody you know that can convert. If you know that is somebody that can convert to sales that you can give something to, please see it as an investment. Write it in your logbook, like, okay, we actually gave out this thing, it costs so thing, and prepare to make your money back. Even if it's Instagram ads, prepare to make your money back. So guys, that's my story. That's my story for today. So I hope I hope it touched you somewhere in the inside of your heart. Bye.